Okay, hello.
Hello.
I never done this before. I'm going to do an interview with Doug James. It's the first time in my life.
How you doing?
Hello, Doug. My name is Tassos.
I know. I saw you on the poster.
Okay, yeah. How much money did you have to pay to play with
It
me?
was thousands and thousands, but it's well worth it.
Yeah.
Someday I hope to give you more money.
You know what? I'm just being funny because I'm nervous. It's such an honor sharing the stage with you, man.
It's an honor to share the stage with you.
Thank you so much. Uh, I would like to ask a little things about you, and then I would like to ask a little things about guitarists
That's
because
fine.
you've played with the finest guitarists on the planet.
I have the
And
opportunity.
I would like to hear some stories about that if you want to share with us.
I only had to pay Clapton $1,000 to play with him.
Okay. All right. Uh, First of all, I want to ask you, you were nominated for 5 Grammys. That's wow, man. How does that feel?
Well, the first couple ones felt great, and then after you lose a couple, then you get kind of funny. You don't get quite so excited. But we were nominated for some very good records that we were proud of doing. So it was a boost to our careers and stuff like that. And then you just move on because you're not really in it for doing that. You just that's a nice thing to have happen. But
Yes, I know what you mean, but even to be nominated is just such a big thing, man.
it's okay for sure.
Recently, Yannis Antetokounmpo said that there's no losers.
Yeah.
There's only a winner, but that doesn't make all the others losers.
No.
No, it doesn't. It means that the best are competing, and maybe something which made a difference. Maybe it's not always a better
Yeah, absolutely.
thing that wins.
It's somebody gets it, that's fine, and we just go back to playing and you have a good time.
Okay, now I want you to tell me a bit about how you started playing music and where did that happen and how did you get involved with all these great artists you've been playing with and all of that.
Essentially, I'm from California, and I ended up on the East Coast. That's a long story involving several crimes and stuff, so we won't
Okay,
go into that.
that's what we want to hear about.
Yeah, well, that's later on. But the I ran into a band called Roomful of Blues in Rhode Island, and that became the springboard for me being able to play with all these people. We were, really good friends with Stevie Vaughan and the Fabulous Thunderbirds and Robert Cray and Los Logos and people like that. So we had the opportunity to play with many people, and then also with that band, we got a chance to play with lots of the old blues guys like Muddy Waters and Albert Collins and Albert King and all sorts of people like that.
Hey, man, you're talking about these fellas, which is for us, it's like they came out of space, you know.
They
You're
they
talking,
they actually did some of them.
you met and played with all of them, man.
Well, it's not just that too. You'd see them somewhere and they go, "Hey man, what's up? Where's your horn at? Come on down and come on and play."
Yeah.
And so it was always like that. If you didn't bring your horn, they get mad.
Okay, what I have to ask because I have a lot of friends guitarists who will be dying to hear this stuff. So, what was Stevie like? I must ask this first.
Stevie Vaughan was a nice guy. For all of us, he was just like Jimmy Vaughan's little brother.
Yeah,
And so it was always, oh, there's little Stevie, and all that stuff.
Jimmy Vaughan was an
And Jimmy was
exceptional player.
just incredible, and really, certainly, it helped Stevie out to focus on being tasteful and playing well, because you didn't screw around with his brother. And so he he learned how to how to act and how to go. But then he certainly went off and did his own thing. It was incredible.
Stevie Ray influenced so many guitarists after that.
He did.
It's almost impossible to try to play the blues today and not be influenced by Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Absolutely.
And you told me a nice story about him being like Popeye because he had.
Oh wow! Well, it's the first time I met him. We were in New Orleans, and I went to say hello to Jimmy at this bar, Tipitina's, And he said, "Come here, I want you to meet my little brother." So I was like 18 years old. Stevie was 17, something like that. And I said, "Hey, kid, how you doing?" And he was just this little skinny kid, but his forearms were just like Popeye or something from playing these heavy gauge strings.
Wow, man.
But and that's when he also uh, he ripped off a callus off his finger. So he just took an X-Acto knife and cut a callus off of another finger and super glued it onto that finger.
Wow, man.
He said, "I got to wait 10 minutes now."
He's crazy.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I feel that Stevie Ray was so authentic. He had all this raw energy and power, and he did all that. It was really awesome what he did.
He never stopped. He never stopped. It was always like that. It didn't matter whether he was doing drugs or not. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I believe that because everybody was doing drugs. Nobody played like Stevie.
No,
Yeah.
that's a good point. And that's exactly right.
And you told me about BB King you met, and he was a great guy.
We played with B a lot, and so he would request that we open up for him all the time. So we got to know B and all the guys in the band and everything like that. And his valet, God, I'm trying to remember his valet's name, but he would say, "Come on into the dressing room. B wants to talk to you." You know, so we would go and hang out with BB King.
Wow, man.
But I told you he had a 16-piece bucket of fried chicken. He's
Yeah.
a nice guy, but you did not eat any of BB King's fried chicken.
Okay.
He would get very mad.
Yeah, and you also told me you played with Albert Collins.
Yes, a lot with Albert too. So it was just if I saw Albert, if I didn't bring my horn, he'd be very mad at me.
Yeah, he used to be. He's one of my favorites. He's got all the technique it needs, and he's got this.
He's tuned,
Energy.
yeah, but his tuning was just crazy. And
Yeah, I know.
I played with him one time. He broke 3 strings in one solo, and he just kept playing. It was like unbelievable. Oh yeah, he's just amazing.
Yeah, and he's got something that most blues guys don't have. He also got great technique, and he's got a separate way of putting things in the rhythm. He's
Yeah.
great.
Oh yeah, it was completely original. Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, I want an Albert Collins story that most people won't know.
Drawing a blank right now.
I'll cut the blank. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, I'll cut the blank. Let me just think for this for a minute. I'm just trying to think.
Sure.
Oh, there. I know there's definitely one, but well, I already told you one about him breaking his strings. Oh well, I told you about when he came to. I saw him at the beginning of the night, and he just the way he set up his amp, everything was on 10. Just like, and that was it. So the sound man came up and said, "Do you want a microphone on your amp?" He said, "Oh, I don't care."
Okay.
And then he also had, I told you, he had I guess you'd say a short person. You can't say midget now.
Yeah. Okay. A short person.
He had a short person. He had a 200-foot guitar chord, and he had this little guy
Unfolding. Yes.
unfolding this 200-foot chord while he's walking around. That was back in a long time ago. He did that for a
Crazy.
while.
Now we're going to talk about the other king.
Sure,
It's Albert King, man.
sure.
You told me a lot of stories about him yesterday.
A bit, yeah. There's, Albert King was just incredible, and he liked the guy that I played with, Duke Roblard, and he liked Stevie. He didn't like anybody else really at all. So he always come down and saw us. But if you saw Albert King in the audience, you're like, oh, But he was always very nice to us. But we played with him about 2 months before he died, and he was just mad. And he was unplugging the monitors and throwing them off stage and stuff. But I mean, there's
Albert King was huge, wasn't he? He was
he's a big guy.
really tall, and
He's a big guy.
yeah.
But it wasn't just that. It was just he was Albert King. It was like tough stuff all day.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to ask you about how do you feel about Greece? You like it here? You've been here before.
Been here before. Just loved it, and I just got married. There's my beautiful brand new wife right there.
Do you want to come here and... Okay, maybe another time.
Yeah,
I'll cut this off.
So And so we wanted to go somewhere great, and I said, "Well, I loved Greece, so let's do it." And then when I talked to Michael Limnios, he said, "Oh, I'll try and get you a gig." So this is what happened, and it was just great. This is going to be the start of a long friendship.
Yeah, of course. I feel that way too, Doug. And it's such an honor. It's such an honor sharing the stage with you. I said that before. I'm going to say it again. And I feel there's some chemistry going on stage.
Absolutely,
And I think we're going to record something soon, huh?
that's good. Yes, we are as soon as we can.
Okay.
And
Did you like the food yesterday here?
that's the other thing. Just the food is fantastic, but also the place that we went to was just
It's a Choklidaki. It's a very
that was
well-known
fantastic. Yeah, it was just.
restaurant here.
And so somebody asked me, "What did I have?" I said, "Nothing you've ever had." It was just great. That was just fantastic.
That's nice. Thank you, Doug, for letting me take this interview for you. This is the first time in my life I'm taking an interview.
Well, you did. He did very good, didn't he, folks? That's fantastic.
Okay.
Hello, Greece.
Jimmy Fallon, I'm coming to get your spot, man.
So thank you very much, and we're going to enjoy our stay here, and we're going to have a good time tonight.